All right, hey everybody, how's it going? Give me a minute here. Just sharing a few things here. So, anyways, yeah, welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live. Right on, right on. So, anyways, yeah, I'm Jim. Hey, Sue, Larry. All right, yeah, okay, all right. Okay, let's see here. All right. So, anyways, okay. Right on. Okay. Hello, everyone. Don't mind me. I'm just sharing it for a few. All right. To share to a group. Let's see. Jerry. All right. Jerry Springer Show fans. La la la. La. There we go. Congas and bongos. All right, there we go. Bongos. All right, bongo, ba ba ba. All right, there we are. Okay. All right. All right. So, anyways. All right. There we are. Journey fans only. All right. So, anyways, yeah. All right. Let me. All right, we got to that. Let's see. Let's see if I can change more options. Share to a group. There we are. Chain Reaction Canada. All right. Fuck. Okay. There we go. All right. Van. All right. Okay. True fans, all eras, the Ultimate Van Halen Club. All right. Boom. Okay. Classic. All right. All right. Classic television. All right. There we go. All right. Bloggers blog. Blah, blah, blah. Birthdays. Let's see. All right, today's birthday wishes and quotes. Yeah, okay. All right, people. All right. I think I've got it here. Let's see. All right. Wait a minute. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right, Mos Eisley. All right, okay. Rubik's. All right. All right, Rubik's Cube fans. I can or I would like to solve a Rubik's Cube puzzle. There we go. All right. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. All right. Hey everyone. This is Jim from Big Jims Blogcast Live. All right. So, anyways, yeah. It is Big Jims Blogcast Live version 5.0, episode 250. It is Sunday, April 30th, 2023. Right on. Thank you for ending your weekend with me. Anyways, on my intro, welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live. Let me introduce myself here. If you're a first timer, all right, yeah. Welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live version 5.0, episode 250. Big Jims Blogcast Live airs Sundays on Facebook and the occasional Fridays, Wednesdays. We're in our 5th year as Big Jims Blogcast Live, debuted back in 2018. Big Jims Blogcast Live does craft beer reviews, over 200 and counting. From craft breweries right here in Sarnia, across Ontario, and across Canada. Tonight's craft beer is called Age of Industry by the Grey Matter Brewing Company in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. All right, okay, what do we got here? All right, Grey Matter Brewing Company right in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to try it for the very first time. We pair it with a nice cigar. A Rocky Patel cigar for all you cigar freaks out there. I'm going to light that up. Pairing it with like a fine spirit. Now tonight I'm pairing it with Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. So anyways, all right, hold on a sec there. All right. All right. So anyways, like I said, we do craft beer reviews, pair it with like a nice cigar. Tonight's cigar is Rocky Patel 25th anniversary cigar. All right. And a spirit. So we're pairing it with Gibson's Finest Whiskey. We talk about classic movies, classic TV, classic sci-fi, classic pro wrestling, sports, classic rock. This week in Van Halen history, we're Cube the Rubick. We do some bongo solos. We talk about local events near you, countdowns to important dates, holidays, birthday shout-outs to our family and friends. Retro, classic, nostalgia, yesteryear are the buzzwords here. Big Jims Blogcast Live is seen in the U.S. and Canada, and also worldwide, like from the UK, Australia, Mexico, France, Spain, Germany, and so on. So turn us on, tune in, enjoy the show. Politics and religion are banned. Tune in, type it, say hi. So, all right. Enjoy the show. Big Jims Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version, hold on a sec. All right. The audio version will go out later on Spotify. I will say this, I'll reiterate this tonight. Big Jims Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and wherever you listen to your audio listening podcast, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. And yeah, so cheers, and here we go. I want to give a shout out. We start off, all the people watching the Port Elgin Sarnia groups, especially Sarnia Rocks, Chain Reaction, supporting Sarnia, all the pop culture, retro, classic, nostalgia groups, all right. All the classic rock, hair metal, Van Halen groups, oh yeah, wait a minute here. And okay, so whoops. All right, there we go. Back. Okay. All right. So all the Star Wars, cigars, craft beer, pro wrestling, blogspot, classic TV and movies, all the Lee Majors groups tonight. Journey. Jerry Springer, we're going to honor him later, the Rubik's Cube people. All right, so here we go. All right. All right. All right, there we go. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. All right. So, all right. So, yeah, we cross-posted that. We shared that. All right. So, yeah. Um, tonight's craft beer. Okay, so what we're going to get into, I've got the Jerry Springer show right on right now. But anyways, we're going to get into craft beer. I'll cube the rubick. That means 3 times tonight. I'm going to try and get this a blue side. Hello, Larry. Hello, Susan. Glad you guys tuned in tonight. We're going to do some countdowns, local events. A television legend, Lee Majors, celebrated his birthday last Sunday. We're going to look back. It's a Lee Majors Multishot tonight with like four of his like projects, 3 of his best TV series, a one-hit wonder TV series. We'll go over that. A WWF jobber, Dusty Wolfe, a classic Bond villain, Villian-Franz Sanchez. The Power Droid from Star Wars, our classic album, Frontiers by Journey. This week in Van Halen history, and we'll remember Jerry Springer. Jerry. And we'll do a 10 gong salute to Jerry Springer. So, all right. All right. So, all right. So here we go. So I'm going to do some more sharing to some more groups here. Anyways, yeah. So as we we get going, I'm going to explain how. Okay. So. All right. Jerry Springer. All right. So. Okay. All right. So I think I've posted like enough times here. All right. So anyways, yeah, our craft beer for tonight. And let me tell you about little about what I do. Now our craft beer for tonight, it is called Age of Industry by the Grey Matter Brewing Company in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. Now, before I open this, I will tell you guys, yeah, I rate it from 1 to 10 at the end of the blogcast. It's got to give me, okay, well, enough talk. Here's my rating system. So, from 10 on to 1, the happy face from 10 to 6, 5 to 1, the sad face. All right. So, anyways, I'm going to open this up. All right, pour it. It's an oatmeal stout. So, all right, so here we go. I've got their glass, Grey Matter Brewing Company. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. All right. All right. Come on. All right. So, anyways, let me... All right. Okay, send in messenger, Grey Matter Brewing Company. I'm about to open this. Grey Matter, come on. All right, Grey Matter Brewing Company. There we go. All right. Okay. So yeah, minimize chat. Like I said. Okay, here we go. Pouring that. Oh, look how dark that is. All right. So, all right. Look how dark. Oh God, look at the head on that, and look how dark that is. Holy shit. So, anyways, we'll start off with a bongo solo. All right. So, anyways, yeah, more of those tonight. But yeah, it's dark. The can doesn't give me any info. Top that up. Wait for the head on that to go down. All right. And so, all right. So anyways, yeah, okay. So toggle that around. All right. So anyways, thank you for tuning in. It is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 5.0, episode 250, Sunday, April 30th, 2023. Give shouts out to people in the guys in the chain reaction groups, too. So, good. All right. So anyways, Now, when I do these craft beer reviews, I just don't go, well, it's a very exquisite, terrifying, tasting. No, I just go with my gut on it. The head subsided a little bit. We'll top that up. And I'm trying this for the very first time tonight. So, anyways, here we go. Not that bad. Taste a little bit of the oatmeal in it, but let's top it up. All right. Yeah, not that bad for a dark beer, for a stout. Age of Industry by the Grey Matter Brewing Company in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. We'll put that aside for now. All right. I've got accompanying that is Gibson's Finest Whiskey. Boom. All right. Very rarely do I get a good combination of a good cigar and good craft beer there. So, all right. This is, for all you cigar freaks out there, a Rocky Patel vintage. I got this from the Riverfront Cigars right in Sarnia. So, let me move this over here. Damn. All right. So, anyways, like I said tonight, I am going to cube the Rubick. I'm going to do some birthday shoutouts, countdowns, tell you about some local events in and around Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. Let's see here. All right. So, toggle that a little bit. All right. Yeah, okay. There we go. All right. So, yeah, Age of Industry, great beer. A little bit, I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast, so if you're still here and sticking around, and if you want to throw out a number and you see if it matches up with mine, then feel free to do so. So, but, it's got to grow on me all through the blogcast. I'm not just going to give it like an instant review here. Let's just top it up. Oh, yeah. There's no unpleasant aftertaste to it either. All right. So, yeah. All right. So, here we go. Before we get going, this is a Rubik's Cube. For anybody who's under 30 watching this blogcast, you may not know what this is, but it was a hot toy during the early 80s, late 80s. Now, I'm 20 turns, and if I can get the blue side, I want to get the blue side on 20 turns. So, here we go. Drum roll, please. All right. Jerry. Got that on the watching some classic Jerry Springer. We're going to honor the man later on tonight. So, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Partial blue. Okay, there we go. Partial blue. So, right there. All right. So, put it back. Got my own Big Jim Blogcast Live coffee mug. All right. And so there we go. But before we get going here, too, I want to tell you guys about, like, if you're ever in a craft brewery and you see this is a magazine. This is the Growler. It costs $3. This is Volume 4, Issue 1 on the Ontario Craft Beer Guide. It tells you all about the current, all the craft breweries across Ontario, their beers, like what they, the hours they're open. It's information on all the craft breweries, current craft breweries, right here in Ontario. So pick this up wherever you're at. If you're watching in Ontario somewhere, and you've got and you're in a craft brewery, this will probably be in there, or it'll be in the liquor store. So pick it up. All right. So there we go. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a bongo solo in itself. Boom. All right. All right. So, yeah. All right. So, yeah, it is Sunday, April 30th, 2023. Mm. Mm. It's Big Jim Blogcast Live version 5.0, episode 250. So, yeah, we'll get to some countdowns. We'll get to some. Well, actually, we're going to get to some birthday shout outs here. All right. So, all right. So, birthday shout outs. All righty. Okay. Happy birthday. All right. For all of you in the birthday groups right now, all right, birthday shout outs from this past week. All right, from this past week, April 24th to the 30th, Al Pollard, Carol Ann McKellar, Hillary McCauley, Jordy Bettridge, Morris Goey, Catherine Minnie Jacques, Missy Faulkner, Steve McDermott, Sue Jacques, Anthony Chadmaninis. All right. Happy birthday from Big Jim Blogcast Live. I hope you guys celebrated your birthdays in style. Yeah, and so, all right. Happy birthday from Big Jim Blogcast Live. So, all right. So, anyways, yeah. Let's see here. All right, we are gonna. All right, how many turned me down here? Okay. All right. Blogger blog. La 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 la. There we go. All right. So, anyways, yeah. Little bit of like good cigar there. It's a Rocky Patel vintage. I'm going to take off like the, there we go. I want to take that off, get some more. All right. So I take off 20th anniversary. There we go. Got that from the Riverfront Cigars right here in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. All right. So anyways, yeah. Tonight's craft beer before we get going to some countdowns and local events. It's accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. It is Age of Industry. It is by it's Age of Industry Oatmeal Stout. Look how thick that is. It is by the Grey Matter Brewing Company in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. Trying this for the very first time. Goes down really smoothly. There's no unpleasant aftertaste. You can taste the oatmeal in it. It's a stout. Look how thick that is. Extreme close-up right there. So, I'm going to start this off by saying it's a good spring beer. And I'll expand on that later in the blogcast. And if you're still with me by the end of the blogcast, I'm going to give it a rating out of 10. See if your number, if you want to participate, throw out a number later on. Hey, feel free to do so. We're all about audience participation here. All right. So we put that away. All right. So we've got Star Wars. We've got James Bond. We've got like 2 TV legends. We've got a classic album that turns 40. That's 40 years old today. We've got Van Halen. We've got Jerry Springer. Jerry. All right. So anyways, All right. So we're going to get to some countdowns now. All right. So let's see. Father's Day is in 49 days. 49 days. Mother's Day is in 14 days. Victoria Day is in 22 days. The long weekend. Summer is in 52 days. Our August long weekend is in 93 days. Labor Day long weekend is 127 days away. And let's see here. When is Canada Day? Canada Day is... Alright. That's in about... I'm guessing, spitballing here. It is July... Let's see. Okay. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks from now. Alright, and that's it for countdowns. Alright, you got your all-important countdowns there. Okay, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 5.0, episode 250. It is Sunday, April 30th, 2023. 22 days? Right on. Okay. Yeah. Unless you want to go with that, but hey, right on. No. Yeah, you were thinking Victoria Day. All right. So anyways, local events. All right, before we get to that, I want to say that I'm going to reiterate this a couple of times tonight, few times tonight, that this Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. Like us, share up, subscribe to us. We're going to go out later live on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listening platforms you're listening to podcasts to. Plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Want to give shouts out to everybody watching the Port Elgin Sarnia groups, especially Sarnia Rocks. Michelle, you guys rock, supporting Sarnia. Chain Reaction, great band there. All the pop culture, retro, classic, nostalgia groups. All the hair metal, hard rock, Van Halen, Journey groups. All the craft beer, cigars, Star Wars. Pro wrestling, Blogspot, classic TV and movies. The Jerry Springer, the Rubik's Cube, the Lee Majors. $6 Million Man groups tonight. Rock on. You guys rock. All right. So let's get to some local events here. All right. So before we do that, another bongo solo. All right. Classic Springer episode on here. My uncle stole my wife. So, shit, I hate it when that happens. So, anyways, all right. So for the past couple of years, COVID's we're well past COVID now, but buzzwords used to be for local events: hiatus, canceled, rescheduled, postponed, or none at all. So, but we're past COVID. Thank God for that. All right. So, anyways, yeah. So here we go. Blue Water Border Fest, June 22nd, 23rd, 24th. All right. Toggle that. 2023. That's going to be in Centennial Park in Sarnia. The acts are going to be from Friday the 3rd, from Justin Moore, Tim Hicks. Friday, City in Color, Sheepdog, Blue Stones. Saturday, you've got Daughtry, Theory of a Dead Man, and Pop Evil. All right. And I got to give shouts out to Mark and the guys, Mark Perrin, who and his crew are the organizers of Blue Water Border Fest. They really picked up the pieces where Bayfest left off. And yeah, 2019 we all went. They gave us tickets to give away on the Blogcast. We had a great time. Tickets, www.ticketscene.ca. Going to be a good time as always. Revelry Music Festival, July 21st, 23rd, all ages. The acts are going to include the Arkells, Lights Living Room for small, Gypsy Flats, Little White, $95 general admission, $135 weekend pass. Is going to be in Canterra Park in Sarnia. Saturday, August 12th, 6:30 p.m., Rumblefish, a great band there. They're going to be rocking the Duke du Orleans tour, Duke du Orleans 2 boat. Tickets are $30. You board 6:30. The cruise is from 7 till 10 p.m. Contact the band members for tickets. All right. Saturday night dances, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at Sarnia Legion downstairs. $7 cover charge. They play from classic rock and country. It's 286 Front Street North. Run from May and June. Good time there downtown. Got nothing to do on a Saturday night? Do that. Go there. Saturday, September 25th, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., the Mudmen at the Forest Fall Fair, 45 Jefferson Street West. It's their 25th anniversary tour. Tickets go to the official Mudmen Facebook page for that. Saturday, May 6th, 8 p.m. is Johnny 5 at Rustic. Great band there. Go to the Rustic Facebook page for more ticket info. Friday, May 5th, 12 p.m., Cinco de Mayo party at the Sarnia Imperial City Brew House. Great little, great brewery right there. They produce some winners. Always a party there. All right. Sarnia and Kisman Rib Fest. June 16th, 11:30 a.m. till June 18th, 7 p.m. 2023. It's going to be ribs, music, craft beer. It's going to be in Centennial Park. There's going to be Chain Reaction. The band is going to be there. Always a good time with Glenn and the guys. They're going to be, and with True Fire. A great band right there. Two great bands at the Sarnia and Kisman Rib Fest. Ribs, music, craft beer. Can't go wrong with that. Good times right there. So boom. All right. All right. Boom. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Chain Reaction and True Fire. And who else? Okay. True. All right. Rumblefish, True Fire, Chain Reaction, all great local Sarnia bands here. So right on. So yeah. All right. All right. All right, just had to start that. Okay. So anyways. Oh, excuse me. Went down the wrong way. It's a Rocky Patel vintage 25th anniversary cigar. I got that from Riverfront Cigars right here in Sarnia. So yeah, toggle this a little bit. Okay. So anyways, yeah, great. Cool. Right on. Okay. So yeah. All right. Bongo solo right here. Boom. All right. Boom. Before we get going here, tonight's craft beer accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. Tonight's craft beer comes to us all the way from Kincardine, Ontario, the Grey Matter Brewing Company. It's called Age of Industry Oatmeal Stout, and I'm trying it for the very first time. Good beer, good spring beer. I'll elaborate more on that. No unpleasant aftertaste to it. You really you can taste the oatmeal in it, but I mean it goes down really smoothly. Good texture. I brought back up. Yeah, fuck. I do give it a rating out of 10 later on the blogcast. So if you're here and if you are still here by the end of the blogcast, you want to throw out a number, see if it matches up with mine. Feel free to do so. All right. So, okay. So that's a bongo solo in itself. Boom. All right. So yeah. All right. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live version 5.0, episode 250, Sunday, April 30th, 2023. All right. So yeah, here we go. And before we get going, I want to remind everybody tonight that this blogcast is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and all these audio listening platforms or listen to your podcast too, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Shouts out to you watching the Port Elgin Sarnia groups. Sarnia rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. Sporting Sarnia 2.0. You gotta love Sarnia. Sarnia Anything Goes. Chain Reaction. All the pop culture, retro, classic, nostalgia groups. All the classic rock, hair metal, Van Halen, and Journey groups. All the craft beer, cigars. Sci-fi, Star Wars, pro wrestling. Blog groups, all the classic TV and movies, plus Jerry Springer, Rubik's Cube, and all the Lee Majors fans out there, the $6 million fans. So when we get going here, right on. All right, so we have our Lee Majors Multishot tonight. All right. All right, our Lee Majors Multishot, Mr. Majors here. Of course, happy belated birthday to Lee Majors, who celebrated a birthday last Sunday. Happy belated birthday to you, sir. We go over his career here. All right, so okay. All right. So anyways, yeah, for all you Lee Majors fans, he was born Harvey Lee Urey on April 23rd, 1939 in Wyandotte, Michigan. He's a Michigan boy. Both parents died in separate accidents when he was young. He was adopted by his aunt and uncle and moved to Middlesboro, Kentucky. Now he competes in high school football, but that is cut short by an injury. He turns to acting and performing. Now, he graduates in 1962 with a degree in phys ed and history. Now, he turned down an offer by the St. Louis Cardinals professional football team and moved to LA to begin his acting career. Now, his big break came in 1965. He portrayed all right, where is it? Okay, so, all right, he portrayed Heath Barkley on the show The Big Valley, ABC. It's a Western. It was a Western. From 1965 to 1969, co-starring Linda Evans and Barbara Stanwyck. So there's the cast right there. The Big Valley. All right. So. Oh, yeah, there he is right there. Okay. All right. So. Okay. Now, second time success from 1974 to 78. Everybody knows he stars as Colonel Steve Austin on the $6 Million Man. All right. There's. Okay. And even. All right. So there he is, the $6 Million Man from 1974 to 1978. On ABC. That was a big hit for Mr. Lee Majors. Here's him in an episode with Bigfoot, and as everybody knows, this is Andre the Giant, the late wrestler, portraying Bigfoot. And the $6 Million Man also spawned. Yeah, there we are. It was so successful it launched its own line of toys and everything, even spawned a spin-off called The Bionic Woman. All right. So anyways, here we go. All right. So that lasted, so his third strike at success. All right. So anyways, there we go. His third strike, all right, was, everybody knows this, the Fall Guy. All right, so that, all right, so that 1981 to 86, he starred as Colt Seavers, bounty hunter stuntman on the Fall Guy, and yes, he sang the theme song. Well, I'm not the guy to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Farrah. And speaking of her, he also was married to this woman right here. All right. Farrah Fawcett Majors. And so, yeah. All right. So And then, all right, from so many, all right, here's a cast picture of the Fall Guy with Heather, not Heather Locklear, Heather Thomas, and Doug Barr. So there you go. There's the principal cast of the Fall Guy. Now, that ended in '86, which we'll get to and Raven. He starred in a one-hit season wonder for CBS, two-season hit wonder. Sorry, Raven. And we'll get to that, and we'll get to his movies. He's over the years. Oh, what do we got here? All right. So, anyways, okay. So, all right. So, anyways, mm, 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 mm. All right. So, anyways, various the man's active till today. He starred in various TV movies. Scrooged as himself. Who remembers that? Scrooge with Bill Murray. Second season of the new Dallas. That was the Love Boat, the Bionic Reunion movies, Family Guy, Walker, Texas Rangers. So he's still working. And happy belated birthday to Mr. Lee Majors. All right. All right. We're a week out from that. So, Mr. Majors, happy birthday to you. And, yeah, cheers. All right. All right. So, yeah. All right. And, yes. Okay. So, anyways, as we get to, believe me, I've seen this movie. All right. So, that deserves a bongo solo in itself. Happy birthday, Mr. Lee Majors. Belated birthday, sorry. So that was last Sunday. All right. Now, as long as we're on a roll here, I've got one of his movies, and it was called The Agency. Now, it's co-starred Robert Mitchum, Valerie Perrine. It was released September 5th, 1980. Now, the premise, he played Philip Morgan. Robert Mitchum played Ted Quinn. Premise, creative director Philip Morgan discovers that the advertising agency that he works for is using subliminal advertising to manipulate a senatorial election. So, all right, I'll toggle that. All right, okay. So, actor Saul Rubick plays ad agency exec Sam Goldstein, and Robert Mitchum plays Ted Quinn, head of the advertising agency. Now, fun facts about this movie. I've seen this movie. It wasn't nothing to write home about. All right, movie. I posted a few, like I said, I posted a few clips from the agency, plus Lee Majors' career highlights on my Facebook page, on the Blogcast page and my Facebook page, so look for it. The Agency was a Canadian-made movie filmed in Montreal, standing in for Washington, D.C. Now, Lee Majors, at this point in his career, was trying to get rid of his $6 million man typecasting. So, all right, there's a close-up of it. All right. So, can people be controlled through the TV? To gain political power, Robert Mitchum plays an evil genius plotting to control the minds of millions of Americans via his advertising agency. He hopes to manipulate mass public behavior through subliminal TV commercials. So, Robert Mitchum, he's a veteran Hollywood actor, gives a good performance in this movie. Valerie Perrine, she's a Lee Majors' love interest, girlfriend in the film. Quinn, Mitchum, slowly gets rid of the... fires all the agency employees and begins to replace them with undercover political operatives. Believe me, I've seen this movie. You want to go out and get it, go. It's a good popcorn movie. All right. So, I did post several of I did post several scenes from the movie and the trailer on my Facebook page, my blogcast page. So look for it, and look for it, watch them. Mm. Mm. All right. So, all right. Before we get to our 2-season hit wonder, a bongo solo. Boom. All right. Okay. Tonight's craft beer, accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. So, Jerry. Tonight's craft beer, I brought back up too. It is called Age of Industry. There's the can. By Grey Matter Brewing Company in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. Trying this for the very first time tonight. Good spring beer so far. No unpleasant aftertaste, goes down really smoothly. You can taste the oatmeal in it. A little bit of the oatmeal. For those of you, whether it's a back deck, beach or barbecue beer, I'll expand on that later in the blogcast. But yeah, so I brought back up in another can here. There we go. All right, so okay. Accompanied by a good cigar. It's a Rocky Patel vintage. Now, before we get going here, I want to reiterate that this blogcast is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, on all these audio listening platforms where you listen to your podcast to. Plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Shouts out to everybody watching in the Port Elgin Sarnia groups, especially Sarnia Rocks, supporting Sarnia. You gotta love Sarnia 2.0. Chain Reaction, all the pop culture, retro, classic, nostalgia groups, all the classic rock, hair metal, Van Halen, Journey groups, all the craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Wars, pro wrestling, Blogspot, classic TV and movies, plus Jerry Springer, Lee Majors, the $6 Million Man, Bongos, Rubik's Cube group. Got right on. So thank you for watching. It's Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 5.0, episode 250, Sunday, April 30th, 2023. So we get to our classic TV show, classic canceled TV show. This basically lasted for like 2 seasons. It is called Raven, and it aired on CBS from June 19th, 1992 to April 30th, 1993. There we are. There's the cast was Jeffrey Meek as Jonathan Raven, Lee Majors as there he is right there. Here's a more. There we go. There's Lee Majors with a full beard on it right there. As Herman Jablonski, and Andy Dumatai as the Big Kahuna. So the plot premise of this is Jonathan Raven's a ninja turned special forces agent, retired to Hawaii searching for his long lost son. He kills assassins, fends off assassins. He avoids or kills assassins sent to kill him by the Black Dragon clan. He uses his skills to help those in need. He's assisted by his former military buddy turned private investigator, Herman Jablonski. Ski. And so, all right. 2 seasons, 1992, 7 episodes, June 24th, 1992 to October 3rd, 1992. Season 2, June 2nd, 1993 to April 17th, 1993. Now, Season 1, Raven, CBS put Raven Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. in the summer. It was up against NBC's Night Court and Seinfeld. New kid in the block there. Fox, right here. Fox Network was like right there. There's Fox Network. They aired Melrose Place the first season, and ABC had Home Improvement and Who's the Boss. Now for the second season, CBS aired Raven on Saturdays, 9 till 10 p.m. And they had Uh, um, it was Saturdays 9 till 10 p.m. 1992-93. CBS, Raven, NBC had Empty Nest and Mad About You, and ABC had Crossroads, and Fox had two like forgettable sitcoms, Code 3 and The Edge. So there we go. But that wasn't enough to have it still it tanked in the ratings, and CBS canceled it. But the home video version is on demand. I posted several clips of like the show on my blog, like clips and trailers of the show on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. Yeah, so look for it. There he is. There's Raven, and there's like Lee Majors as Ski Jablonski. So, and in interviews, like Lee Majors said, "Well, I didn't have to play." I think I posted that interview where Lee Majors said, "Oh, I didn't have to play the leading man anymore. I could like, grow out my beard, get a gut, and tuck you just like it was like." And he said he enjoyed playing the role. It was like just very different for him. So he was trying, like I said, trying to shake like the image of like the $6 Million Man and Colt Seavers. So, all right, all right. So yeah, I did post several clips from Raven and Ski Jablonski on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. So yeah, look for that. All right. All right, toggle that a little bit. There we go. All right. So yeah, boom, bongo solo in itself. Jerry. We'll honor the man later on in the blogcast with a 10 gong salute. We'll go over his life and career. Right on. So, anyways, yeah. This is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 5.0, episode 250. Tonight, my craft beer for tonight, it is accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. I've got a good cigar here, Rocky Patel Vintage. All right. So Gibson's Finest Whiskey. Tonight's craft beer. All right. So topping it up, tonight's craft beer. It is called Age of Industry. It's an oatmeal stout. Whoa. All right. So, and it's by the Grey Matter Brewing Company in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. Trying it for the very first time, topping it up. Look at the foam on that. Look at the head on that. So look how thick that beer is. So, yeah, definitely a spring and summer beer. No unpleasant aftertaste to it. Goes down really smoothly. And when I do these like craft beer reviews, I don't like go, well, it's a very exquisite tasting beer. It's like I don't get highbrow. I go with my gut on it. So, I do give it a rating out of 10 later on the blogcast. So if you're still here, sticking around, you want to throw out a number, feel free to do so. No unpleasant aftertaste to it. Very good beer. So, and that is by, it is Age of Industry by the Grey Matter Brewing Company in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. There's the can. Very colorful, like greenish based can there. Age of Industry is a full, rich beer designed with hardworking men and women in mind. Mild roast and chocolate balanced perfectly with the smoothest of flaked oats. So, yeah, man, wow. With like mild roast and chocolate. Yeah, and I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So if you're still here, still kicking around, feel free to like throw it a number. We're all about audience participation here at Big Jims Blogcast Live. So, yeah. All right. So as we move on, mm, mm, yeah, good cigar there. It's a Rocky Patel vintage, extreme close up. Um, got that from Riverfront Cigars right here in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. As we move on to our jobber now, our classic pro wrestler, Mr. Dusty Wolfe. Dale Wolfe, Dusty Wolfe. All right. So, okay. All right. So, all right. Okay. So, all right. Okay. So, this guy, all right, classic jobber, enhancement talent, born July 18th, 1962 in San Antonio, Texas. He went by the ring names Dusty Wolfe, Dale Wolfe, Doink the Clown, Mr. Wrestling 2. 5'11", 215 pounds. He was trained by Ken Johnson. He debuted in 1982 in San Antonio, Texas. He competed as enhancement talent, jobber enhancement talent, in the WWF, WWE from March of 87 to right up until 1993. He was a jobber of the stars like the Ultimate Warrior, all right, Mr. Perfect, Randy Macho Man Savage, the Brooklyn Brawler, Steve Lombardi, Dusty Rhodes and Sapphire, Bret the Hitman Hart, Terry Taylor, the Red Rooster, and Rick Martel, the model, Rick Martel. So, yeah, holy shit. So, anyways, now, all right. So, anyways, he was much respected actually for his ability to put over stars, work with up and coming, work with up and coming talent and major stars. Now, if you don't know, like if you grew up watching the WWF like I did, you'll see the enhancement talent against the star. The match went a certain way. Like somebody like Dale Wolfe would come in, kick some ass, get in his offense, and then the major star, depending on who it was, the WWF was trying to get over. They come back with they'll beat on him, put on their signature move. Somebody like Dale Wolfe, they'll knock Dale Wolfe out with their finishing maneuver. Dale would lay on the mat, count 1, 2, 3, stare up at the lights there, and put over and make a star really look good. So anyways, now he would also wrestle for WCCW, the NWA territories, Puerto Rico. He was a 2-time tag team champion in Puerto Rico. Now, from 1995 to 1998, he competed for WCW, mostly appearing on WCW Saturday Night TV tapings and WCW Worldwide TV tapings. He's one of 5 people, actually, licensed to wrestle as Doink the Clown. Now, he retired in 2012. He was a 1-time FWF Tag Team Champion, 2-time SCW Tag Team Champion. So there you go. And I posted several of his matches on my on the Blogcast page and my Facebook page. So look for it. There we go. Okay. All right. So I guess you'd have to be lower on the pecking order to job out to the Brooklyn Brawler, a former jobber himself, enhancement talent. All right. So here's Ed. And and he also made the Ultimate Warrior look good, which is a feat in itself, because Warrior's matches only went 5 or 6 minutes. So, yeah. So here's our classic jobber of the night, Dale Wolfe, WWE. There you go. All right. And that in itself deserves a bongo solo for Mr. Dale Wolfe. Boom. All right. Boom. Okay. All right. So, Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Good cigar here. It's a Rocky Patel Vintage Connecticut. Um, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live version 5.0, episode 250. Sunday, April 30th, 2023. Last day of April. Tomorrow it's going to be May. Time flies. Time actually does fly. Our craft beer for tonight, accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. Mm. All right. Mm. Mm. Okay. All right. Doing a little bit of toggling there. Yeah. All right. There we go. Boom. All right. So, anyways, yeah, the craft beer for tonight. It is called Age of Industry by the Grey Matter Brewing Company in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. Okay, I'm trying it for the very first time tonight. I'm going to top it up. Seems a little low here. All right. So, you can. Good beer. Good beer. There's no unpleasant aftertaste to it. You can taste a little bit of the chocolate, a little bit of the oatmeal in there. It's a spring summer beer. Yeah. All right. You can definitely yeah. So I think we've got a winner on our hands here. So top that up some more. All right. Age of Industry, oatmeal stout by the Grey Matter Brewing Company in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. So yeah. All right. Knock that off. Here we go. Here's the can. Grey Matter, Age of Industry. Yeah. So I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So if you're sticking around and you want to throw out a number at the end of the blogcast, feel free to do so. So right on. Mm. 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 Jerry. Fury ultimatums. Oh my God. Okay. All right. So. Yeah. Got a good cigar here. Just lighting it up there. All right. So, anyways, yeah. All right. So, if you're want it okay. So, comment hello. All right. So, I'm gonna comment on here. Oh yeah. Hello. All right. All right. Boom. There we go. All right. So, yeah. So now, before we get going to our classic 007 Bond villain, anyways, I want to remind everybody this blogcast is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listening platforms or listen to your podcast to. Plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Shouts out to everybody watching in the Port Elgin Sarnia groups, especially Sarnia Rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. Supporting Sarnia. Sarnia Thing Goes. All About Sarnia. Chain Reaction. All the pop culture, retro, classic, nostalgia groups. All the Journey. Classic rock, hair metal, Van Halen groups. All the craft beer, cigars. Sci-fi, Star Wars, pro wrestling, Blogspot, classic TV and movies. The birthday groups. Jerry Springer, Rubik's Cube. The Lee Majors. Fans out there, the $6 million fans out there, right on. So, and all the bongo groups out there. So that deserves a bongo solo in itself. Boom. All right. So, we get to our classic Bond villain. All right. It's classic 007, ranging from Connery to Brosnan. All right, and our classic villain tonight from the Essential Bond. I've got the Essential Bond here. All right, so the Essential Bond book. All right, so it covers from Connery to Brosnan. All right, the authorized guide to the world of 007. So, anyways, Fran Sanchez, he was in the movie License to Kill, 1989. It was the 16th Bond movie starring Timothy Dalton. There we go. There's the new Bond. At the time, Timothy Dalton. Now, he was portrayed. It's the 16th Bond movie. He was portrayed by Fran Sanchez was portrayed by Robert Davey. Now, Fran Sanchez is a South American drug lord running his empire in Isthmus City. Now, he's ruthless, merciless, yet cultured and refined. He bribes every law enforcement official, but he is paranoid. Sanchez and Bond meet in person. Now, honorable mentions here go to his sidekicks, Milton Crest and Dario. Dario, not pictured here, was played by Benicio del Toro. I hope you have a nice honeymoon. So, anyways, he was responsible for maiming Bond's best friend and CIA operative Felix Leiter by a shark. Felix loses his left leg, and the death of Felix's wife. And because of this, Bond goes rogue from MI6. So, now his downfall, Bond and Sanchez attack each other in a leaky tanker. He is soaked in leaking petrol from the tanker, and he's also almost about to kill Bond, and Bond asks Sanchez if he wanted to know why he wanted to kill Sanchez. Sanchez, humors him. He goes, Bond shows Felix the wedding gift, cigarette lighter from Felix. Bond ignites the lighter, hurls it at Sanchez, and burning him to death, Sanchez stumbles into the tank, and it kills him. And that is Fran Sanchez, played by the actor Robert Davey. And here we go. There's more. They're right there. So, yeah. And that is our classic Bond villain. Bond, where we talk about classic Bond gadgets, Bond villains from this era. Bond girls. So, yeah. All right. So, okay. All right. He is Mr. Fran Sanchez. And so, I'm surprised that the producers went with a South American drug lord in License to Kill, but seemed like an interesting story at the time. So, I did post several of Fran Sanchez's best moments on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. So, like it, look for it. There we go. All right. All right. Okay. So we'll toggle that a bit more. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So, yeah. All right. All right. So, okay. It is Big Jims Blogcast Live version 5.0, episode 250. 250. It is Sunday, April 30th, 2023. Thank you for watching. Our craft beer for tonight, we're accompanied by a good cigar and accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. So, our craft beer for tonight, it is Age of Industry by the Grey Matter Brewing Company in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. Oh, man. So far they've got a winner here. Trying it for the very first time tonight. No unpleasant aftertaste, goes down smoothly. You can taste like a little bit of the chocolate and the oatmeal in it. Top that up. It's a good spring, summer, and fall beer. And good winter beer, all year round beer. It's a good all year round beer. I'll give it that. Good for the winter time, good for especially in the spring, summer, and fall. It's good like for on a roaring fire near a roaring fire, campfire beer. Mm, mm, mm. I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So if you're still here and sticking around, feel free to like do so. So yeah, we'll top that up a little bit. Age of Industry Oatmeal Stout by the Grey Matter Brewing Company in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. So yeah, all right, yeah. So that deserves a bongo solo in itself. All right, so the second time tonight, we're going to try and cube the rubick. I'm going to try and get the whole blue side blue. 20 turns. Drum roll, here we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, shit, and 20. Still haven't gotten that, but by the end of the year, when we have our final episode for 2023, I will dismantle this on air and I will like reassemble it full cube. So that's what I got so far. So there we go. That's it for cubing the rubick. Mounting it on my Big Jim Blogcast Live coffee mug there. All right. So, okay. All right. All right. So, anyways, as we move on, we've got our sci-fi, our power droid here from the Star Wars Character Encyclopedia. All right, we've got our power droid. All right, it's from the Star Wars Character Encyclopedia. All right, so there's the power droid. There's its own action figure. It looks like a garbage can. There we are. There's another picture of it. It does look like a Burger King garbage can, something you'd see outside of like a fast food restaurant. All right. So, anyways, there we go. There we go. It first made its appearance in Star Wars: A New Hope. The Power Droid is a GNK series manufactured by Industrial Automaton. The EG series droids by Veriline System were a popular droid series. So they function basically as an ambulatory battery recharging. They recharge vehicles and machinery. It was armed like it had plug-in sockets, an internal power generator. It was commonly referred to as the garbage can. Right on. So, anyways, they were like basically stationed on Tatooine. They made that noise like gonk, gonk, gonk. That's why they're known as power. Like they're given the nickname gonk droids. So, one model, the PLNK series, held Tabana gas in it. The cost to buy these were new, 100 credits, used 60. And if you want to buy a used power droid, it was 60 credits. And so there's another close-up of it. There's the from the Star Wars Character Encyclopedia. There's the power droid. It's got his own action figure. There you go. It did look like a trash can. All right. So, anyways, yeah. And that was from the Star Wars Character Encyclopedia. Right on. So, you got that. All right. So, and I posted several more backstories of it on my Facebook page and my blogcast page. So, the more extensive history on the power droid gonk, gonk, gonk. Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. All right. Fury Ultimatums. That episode's still going on. We'll give a tribute to Mr. Springer later on in the blogcast. So there you go. Um, gonk. Gonk. They were bored. And you could usually find those droids in sand crawlers too, appropriated by the Jawas. So, all right. Mm. 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 Good cigar here. Rocky Patel Vintage. For all you like cigar aficionados out there. Big close up there. Got that at the Riverfront Cigars right here in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. All right. So before we get to our classic album, we need a bongo solo. Boom. All right. So we'll toggle this a bit. All right. There we go. Okay. So yeah, we're still alive. We're still alive and kicking here. All right. So anyways, yeah. Our craft beer for tonight, accompanied by, like I said, a good cigar, Riverfront, Rocky Patel Vintage. Mm. Mm. Accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. Mm. Mm. All right. So. Mm. Mm. All right. Our craft beer for tonight. It is called Age of Industry by the Grey Matter Brewing Company in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. And so far, so good. Mm. Trying it for the very first time tonight. Good all year round beer. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. So it's good for when you're on a roaring fire. Good campfire beer. No unpleasant aftertaste to it. You can taste the chocolate. And a little bit of the chocolate, a little bit of the oatmeal in it. Really damn good beer there. So they've got a winner. I got one of their glasses. Look how thick that is. Look at the thickness of that Age of Industry stout beer. So anyways, top that up a little bit. All right. So, and I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So if you're still here kicking around, you want to throw out a number, see if it matches up with mine, feel free to do so. Because it's all about audience participation here at Big Jim Blogcast Live. All right. So it is Big Jim Blogcast Live version 5.0, episode 250, Sunday, April 30th, 2023. We'll do this. All right. So, and we'll toggle this a little bit. Boom. There we go. Let them know we're still alive here. Yeah. All right. So, as I'm going to remind everybody tonight, Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listening platforms you're listening to your podcast to. Plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Shouts out to everybody watching in the Port Elgin Sarnia groups, especially Sarnia Rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. Props to you guys supporting Sarnia. Sarnia Anything Goes. You gotta love Sarnia 2.0. Chain Reaction, great band there. Glenn and the guys really rock it up. Donna, hey, I've seen. Great, thanks, Donna. Hey, right on. Right on. Right, all the way from Britain, I see. Right on. So anyway, yeah. Cheers to you, Donna, Susan, Larry, and everybody else who's watching tonight. Yeah. All the pop culture, retro, classic, nostalgia groups, all the craft beer, cigar groups, all the hard rock, hair metal, classic rock, Van Halen, Journey groups, all the Star Wars, sci-fi groups, pro wrestling, classic TV and movies, Blogspot. Shouts out to everybody watching the Lee Majors, $6 Million Man groups, Rubik's Cubes, Bongos, and Jerry Springer. We'll do that. We'll honor the man later on in a few soon. So, right on. You guys rock. And that deserves a bongo solo in itself. All right. Boom. Okay. All right. All right. So, as we get to our classic album of the night, this is Journey, Frontiers. And would you believe it? See that? The sticker right there? I found this at Goodwill. This is one of Journey's best-selling albums. This turns 40 years old. It'll turn 40 years old upcoming in February. But, yeah, I found the album at Goodwill for $5.49. All right. So there's no... Oh, yeah, there is. Yeah. Here we go. There we go. It's got the band inside there. All right. So, and yeah, it's also available on cassette. Now, this was released February 1st, 1983. Like I said, it's 40 years old. And it still holds up today. We recorded at like... where, okay. And so, all right. So, yeah, separate ways, love will, back talk. All right. So, let's see. All right. Mixed at Fantasy Studios in Berkeley, California. There they are. There's a close-up. Journey's 8th studio album. Now, it was produced by Mike Stone and Kevin Elson. Now, Mike Stone would go on, the late Mike Stone would go on to work with Queen, Asia, Whitesnake, Rat, Helix, Genesis. The band at this point was Steve Perry on lead vocals. All right. Neil Schon on lead guitars. Jonathan Cain, keyboards, rhythm guitar. Ross Valerie's bass guitar. Steve Smith on drums. Now, the songs, side one, you had Separate Ways, Worlds Apart. Send Her My Love, Chain Reaction, After the Fall, Faithfully. Side two, Edge of the Blade, Troubled Child, Back Talk, Frontiers, Rubicon. All these hit songs were written by Steve Perry, Jonathan Cain, and Neil Schon. You had like an occasional co-write from Steve Smith. Now Frontiers is Journey's like best-selling album, second best-selling album actually, and on the strength of its 3 top 20 singles, Separate Ways, Faithfully, and Send Her My Love, Frontiers will go on to sell 6 million copies and rising in North America, and the album hit number 2 on the U.S. Billboard album chart. Now, Faithfully, I posted several videos from Frontiers, like Faithfully, Separate Ways. Faithfully is that road song written on tour by Jonathan Cain, paying tribute to road managers Pat Morrow and stage manager Benny Collins. It's like the raise the lighter romantic song where you want to hold your loved one to faithfully. All right. And so, yeah, it was a Life on Tour theme video, which a lot of bands would imitate, from like Poison to Motley Crue to Whitesnake. So, yeah, and the artwork, you can't say enough about it. Like the album artwork here is like pretty cool. It was designed by Jim Welch, who was still their art director at all this time. So the Frontiers, of course, they went on tour. It began in Japan and continued in North America with Bryan Adams as a support act. So I posted several of the videos, Faithfully and Separate Ways, Worlds Apart, on my Blogcast page and my regular Facebook page. So the video for Separate Ways, that I think that brought tensions within the band, because Steve Perry's girlfriend Sherry, we know where the inspiration "Oh Sherry" came from. Now, they were filmed. They said that if you've seen the video, and I posted on my Blogcast page, it has them holed up in like a dockside swamp type, and no girlfriends or wives were allowed to be on the set of the video, with the exception for Steve Perry's girlfriend Sherry, who broke that rule, and it pissed off all the other band members. But yeah, they said that they were a great live band. They weren't like into filming videos and shit like that, action videos. They were like great on stage, which they were. They still are. So this is classic Journey, Frontiers. Go out and get it if you can find it. Right on. It turns 40 years old in February. So yeah. All right. So okay. All right. So yeah, and I did post several of those videos, plus interview with Steve Perry on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. So yeah. Mm. 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 Good cigar here. It's a Rocky Patel Vintage for all you people watching the cigar groups. All right, my craft beer for tonight. Oh yeah, bongo solo right here. Boom. All right, that deserves a bongo solo in itself. Yeah, the craft beer for tonight, accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right, so. Mm, mm, mm. All right, our craft beer for tonight. It is. I'm going to top this up. All right. It is Age of Industry Oatmeal Stout by Grey Matter Brewing Company in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. Trying this for the very first time tonight. Yeah. It's a good all year round beer. Like, it's good for the campfire. It's good, like, when you're coming back snowmobiling. You can no unpleasant aftertaste to it. You can like really taste the chocolate and the oatmeal in it. It's a good, like I said, good campfire beer, good barbecue beer, especially made for like wintertime. And I don't usually say that, so but it's got the feel of a good wintertime beer. When you're coming in skiing, all that, coming in skiing, you're coming in from like anything you're doing in the snow. Canada here, we get a lot of snow. Yeah. Good, like, also good spring, summer, and fall beer, too. Especially in the fall. Yeah, like, Age of Industry, Grey Matter Brewing Company, Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. All right, top that up. And look how thick that is. The texture. There you go. I do give it a rating out of 10 later on the blogcast. And if you're still here, you want to throw it a number, feel free to do so. Like I said, audience participation. All right. Relight this thing right here. All right. So, yeah. All right. Now, oh yeah, it is Big Jims Blogcast Live version 5.0, episode 250. It is Sunday, April 30th, 2023. I want to reiterate to everybody out there that this blogcast is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listening platforms where this is your podcast too. Plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Shouts out to rewatching the Port Elgin Sarnia groups, especially Sarnia Rocks, the Brown Foundation, supporting Sarnia. You gotta love Sarnia. Sarnia Anything Goes. Chain Reaction, great band there. Glenn and the guys really rock it up. Really great show. All the pop culture, retro, classic, nostalgia groups. All the Journey, classic rock, hair metal, Van Halen groups. All the craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Wars. All the pro wrestling groups. All the Blogspot, classic TV and movies, plus the Bongos, the Rubik's Cube, the Lee Majors groups, the $6 Million Man groups, and the Jerry Springer groups. As we'll honor the man short in a bit. Jerry. All right. So there we go. I've got, it's a Jerry Springer marathon on here. So I've got it right now, so anyways, Yeah. So, all right. So now we get to my most favorite time in the blogcast. Okay. All right. It is called This Week in Van Halen History, and it covers April 24th to April 30th. All right. Boom. Okay. Here we go. April 24th, 1975, Van Halen plays the Pasadena High School in California. April 25th, 2012, Van Halen plays the Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte, North Carolina. April, all right, so here we go. April 26th, 1986, Van Halen tops the Billboard album chart with 5150. April 26, 1979, Van Halen plays the Aragon Ballroom in Chicago, Illinois. April 27th, 1995, Van Halen plays the Jon Stewart Show from New York, New York. April 27th, 1993, Van Halen plays the Ariana Sheffield Arena in England. April 28th, 2001, Sammy Hagar plays the Spirit of received the Spirit of Rock Award at the California Music Awards at the Henry J. Kaiser Convention Center in Oakland, California. April 28, 1995, Van Halen plays the Spectrum in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. April 29, 1981, Van Halen releases their fourth studio album, Fair Warning. April 29th, 1979, Van Halen plays Market Square Arena in Indianapolis, Indiana. April 30th, 1983, Michael Jackson's song Beat It, featuring Eddie Van Halen's guitar solo, tops the U.S. Billboard singles chart. April 30th, 2015, Sammy Hagar appears on Daryl's House with Daryl Hall on Palladia TV. Boom. And that is all for this week in Van Halen history. Right on. So, okay. Okay. So, oh yeah, awesome. Love will find a way. Yeah. So, all right. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 5.0, episode 250. It is Sunday, April 30th, 2023. All right. Good cigar here going. Got a Rocky Patel vintage cigar. All right, for all you cigar fanatics out there, the craft beer for tonight, accompanied by. All right, so yes. So I'm going to write in a comment. Yeah. All right. All right. So yes, there we go. Okay. All right. Dark mode is on. There we go. All right. We're still alive here. All right. Okay. So yeah, what do we got here? So just. Okay. All right. All right. So anyways, yeah. It is, like I said, it's Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 5.0, episode 250. Sunday, April 30th, 2023. Got a good cigar going. Our craft beer tonight, accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right, so yeah. It is called Age of Industry. It is by the Grey Matter Brewing Company in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. Trying it for the very first time tonight. Good all year round beer. So anyways, let's see. Let's toggle that. Right on. So yeah, it's a good all year round beer. It is yeah, good for the campfire. Good for when you're coming in after a snowbound activity. Good for like yeah, the beach, barbecue. You can really, no unpleasant aftertaste to it. I'm going to top it up. There we go. I will give it a rating after we honor a television legend. So yeah, and rating out of 10. So if you're still here, sticking around, feel free to throw out a number. Um, Age of Industry. Look at the can by Grey Matter Brewing Company in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. So all right. Okay. So all right. Okay, we'll toggle that. All right. So we'll move that around. All right. So yeah. Bongo solo. Boom. Boom. All right. Jerry. Okay, all you Jerry Springer fans. All right. So here we go with our Jerry Springer tribute. Oh, well, we've got a new episode on Clash of the Angry Lovers. All right. We've got Double the Springer. We're remembering Jerry Springer tonight, who passed away this past Tuesday, April 27th, age 79, in Evanston, Illinois. He was born February 13th, 1944, in London, England. When he was four, his family came to the U.S. from London, England. He had a political career. He would be a political advisor to Robert F. Kennedy in 1968. 1970, he would unsuccessfully run for the U.S. House of Representatives. 1971, he's elected to the City Council, Cincinnati City Council, but in 1974 he resigned. He admitted to soliciting a prostitute. Hey, if anything, Mr. Springer was shamefully honest. From 1977 to 1981, he served as mayor of Cincinnati. He went into broadcasting, worked at several Cincinnati radio stations as a news anchor and commentator. And that's where he developed his final thought, I think. Yeah. So the Jerry Springer Show begins from 1991 to 2018. At first, it had political content. It was a political talk show with topics such as gun control, homelessness, etc. But that didn't bring in the ratings like it did. So, 1994, the Springer Show revamped its format for higher ratings. The topics would include cheating spouses, prostitution, adultery, homosexuality, and all those other taboo topics. And that garnered, and that got the ratings, higher ratings. Where the fuck does he find these people? So, yeah. All right. If I did my disclaimer, I didn't do it now. I may say a few bad, dirty words, but like shit, damn, screw, fuck. But it's going to slip out. So, I should have did that at the beginning of of the show. But yeah, go to your safe spaces, grab a Kleenex, because I will say those words. So, anyways, it was even beating out the Oprah Winfrey Show. And if you can imagine, that was the Springer Show moved towards more tabloid sensationalism. That led other talk shows like Maury Povich, Ricky Lake, Montel Williams, Jenny Jones, Sally Jesse, Raphael to kind of alter their formats. Now, Jerry Springer Show garnered a spin-off, the Steve Wilkos Show. He was Jerry's head of security for the Jerry Springer Show. But we honor Jerry Springer with a 10 gong salute tonight. All right, here we go. As he passed away this past Tuesday, April 27th, age 79. There we go. That's our 10 gong salute to you, Mr. Springer. True television icon and legend. So, yeah. There we go. Mr. Jerry Springer. Jerry. His final thought. Take care of each other. Where did I? Okay. So, yeah. All right. All right. There we are. All right. The guy was shamefully honest with what he was, with what the Jerry Springer Show was. All right. So, before we get to rate the beer, I'm gonna do one last time tonight. Cube the Rubick. All right. So my object is to get the blue side. For those of you who don't know what this is, for anybody under 30, this was like the Rubik's Cube was like a toy in the early 80s, late 80s. And I found it. There we go. At 20 turns, I'm going to try and get the blue side. Yeah, like for anybody that who is old enough to remember this, you know. So, all right, we'll toggle that. We'll do that. Boom. All right. So, anyways, 20 turns. I'm going to try and get the blue side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And that's where I ended up. There you go. So I promise, like, all right, and this is the last time I'm going to do it. Mount that back on my, like, Big Jim Blogcast Live coffee mug there. All right. So, yeah. At the end of the year, live on air, I will dismantle this, like, and put it back to normal. So you can hold me to that. All right. So, all right. All right. Now they've got new Jerry Springer episode there. We've got Breast Friends. And you can take that any way you want it. The battle rages on. So, anyways, all right. My final thoughts on the matter. All right. So, my craft beer for tonight, I've got a good cigar here. It is a Rocky Patel Vintage by the by the Riverfront Cigars here in Sarnia. My craft beer for tonight, accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. All right. It is called Age of Industry. I'm going to top it up. All right. Look how thick that is. Age of Industry by the Grey Matter Brewing Company in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. So if you want to throw in a number, feel free to do so. Trying this for the very first time tonight. Remember, when I do these craft beer reviews, I just don't go, well, it's a very exquisite tasting beer, and, you know, it's good. I don't like use highbrow words. I just go with my gut on it. So here we go. It's a good all year round beer. Good when you're coming in from the snow. Good from coming in from skiing. Good to warm you up by the campfire or fire. It's a good summer beer. No unpleasant aftertaste to it. Yeah. You can taste a little bit of like the oatmeal and chocolate in it. Looks like, okay, so there we go. That's my final thoughts on this. Good beer, good all year round beer. All right, and I'm going to give it, I've debated over this long and hard, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 stars on that. 8 out of 10. Boom. There we go. 8 out of 10. Let's see here. All right, I got to let them know. All right, so, all right. Okay, so anyways, there we are. 8 out of 10. There we go. 8 out of 10. There we are. Comment. All right, so, yeah. All right. Damn good beer. Yeah. So, if you're ever, congratulations, Grey Matter Brewing Company, you've got a winner here. 8 out of 10 stars. All right. There we go. 8 out of 10. Yeah. So, all right. All right. So, yeah. Okay. So, all right. All right, so yeah, good beer. awesome, all year round beer. All right. So, all right. Now, Now I want to give you guys an inspirational, motivational quote. It doesn't matter who you used to be. What matters is who you're becoming. And that's by Unknown. Quote by Unknown. There we go. What? All right. So, all right. Fuck yeah. Okay. I'll repeat that. It doesn't matter who you used to be. What matters is who you're becoming. So, right on. There's like my final thought for tonight. Jerry. All right. So, it's Clash of the Angry Lovers. All right. So, boom. That deserves a bongo solo in itself. All right. So, yeah. All right. Now, I've been getting, like, a lot of requests for t-shirts like mine. All right. I'll tell you, they are, if you want a t-shirt like mine, or like this one, it is plain white t-shirt with the logo on it. All right. So, or a baseball jersey like mine. Okay. With the logo on the front and or the back. All right. They are $35 plus shipping and handling included. Shipping and handling are included. $35 shipping and handling included. Takes 6 to 8 weeks for delivery. I can't help that. You inbox me on my blogcast page or my regular Facebook page with an e-transfer money order, and I will do my best to get that out to you as soon as possible. You just with your what you want, like a tank top, baseball jersey, plain white t-shirt, just do that. All right. So want to say to everybody that I'll remind everybody right now before we go, that this blogcast, all right, so this blogcast is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listening platforms which you podcast to, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast, live at youtube.com. Want to give shout out to everybody watching the Port Elgin Sarnia groups, especially Sarnia Rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. Supporting Sarnia, all about Sarnia 2.0. Chain Reaction, great band there. All the pop culture, retro classic nostalgia groups, all the Van Halen, Journey, hard rock, hair metal, classic rock groups, all the craft beer, cigars. Sci-fi, Star Wars, pro wrestling, Blogspot, classic TV and movies, all the Lee Majors groups. The Rubik's Cube, Bongos, Jerry Springer groups, So anyway, it's Big Jims Blogcast Live version 5.0, Sunday, April 30th. All right. So, all right, people. That's it for me. Big Jims Blogcast Live version 5.0, episode 250, Sunday, April 30th, 2023. We did our craft beer review. We did our birthday shout-outs. Al Pollard, Carol Ann McKellar, Hillary McCauley, Jody Betchard, Morris Joy, Catherine Minnie Jock, Missy Faulkner, Steve McDermott, Sue Jacques, Anthony Shemimas, Countdowns, local events. We saluted Lee Majors, the life of his career. Happy belated birthday, Lee. We talked about his movie, The Agency. We talked about The Big Valley, $6 Million Man, The Fall Guy, his 2-season hit wonder, Raven. We talked about WWF's jobber, Dusty Wolfe, our classic Bond villain, Fran Sanchez. We cubed the Rubick, our Star Wars power droid, our classic album, Frontier's Journey, by Journey. This week in Van Halen history, remember Jerry Springer. We rated the beer 8 out of 10. Grey Matter, Age of Industry Oatmeal Stout in Kincardine, Ontario. Our inspirational, motivational quote. It doesn't matter who you used to be, what matters is who you're becoming. All right. We're not spam. The blogcast will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all these audio listening platforms which your podcast to, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Shouts out if you're watching the Port Elgin Sarnia group, Sarnia Rocks, supporting Sarnia, Sarnia Anything Goes, Chain Reaction, all the pop culture, retro classic nostalgia groups. all the pop culture, all the Van Halen, Journey, hard rock, hair metal groups, craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Wars, pro wrestling, classic TV and movies, blog, spot groups. Sure, like I said, Lee Majors, $6 Million Man, Rubik's Cube, bongos. You're not going to see me next weekend. Big Jim Blogcast Live returns Sunday, May 7th. So cheers, everybody. Once again, 8 out of 10 on our beer. It's called Age of Industry Oatmeal Stout by the Grey Matter Brewing Company in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada. 8 out of 10. Cheers, guys. All right. So, yeah. All right. Final thought. Our inspirational motivational quote: it doesn't matter who you used to be. What matters is what you're becoming. And if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe and share the blogcast. Feel free to share this blogcast. So you won't see me next weekend for it's Big Jim Blogcast Live version 5.0, episode 250, Sunday, April 30th, 2023. Cheers, everybody. Be good. And I will see you in a couple of weeks. All right. Cheers, everybody. Peace out.